Hello, welcome. Today's topic, we're talking about the signs that you are ready to awaken. Now, this is for both men and women. The signs are sort of like universal, but when we begin talking about women, that's going to be, very specific. But some of the signs that show up that let you know that you are ready to awaken and you're ready to experience a next level, you're ready to quantum leap to the next level of your life is one, you feel an internal dissatisfaction about your life in general. You feel like there's something that's telling you, that's sort of expressing itself like, hey, we're kind of done with the way that we're experiencing our life and the way that we're acting in our lives, or being, not acting, the way that we're being in our lives, and it's time for something different. So that's usually one of the first signs that show up, because this means that you have experienced the way that you're experiencing yourself right now. You have experienced that consciousness to the fullest, and so the deeper part of yourself is like, okay, we have exhausted this part of ourselves. We have exhausted this level of experience and expression. It's time to move on to the next thing. But what happens oftentimes or not is that when we are not aware of our own energies and the way that we are showing up every day, we just kind of like sit with the uncomfortable feeling, right? It's like, yeah, I feel uncomfortable, but that's just how life is. But that's not how life is. Your soul, the deeper part of yourself, is communicating to you, hey, it's time to experience something different. So internal dissatisfaction will be the first signs, one of the first signs that show up to let you know that, okay, it's time for the next experience of ourselves. And it's time to attract different things in our experience. Hello, Jake. Welcome. Thank you for joining. And then another sign that may show up towards the beginning of, the signs that come up will be in our relationships. We just find that, we're not happy with the way that we're experiencing ourselves in relationship, or we attract drama, just dissatisfaction, right? And it's like, again, the deeper part of yourself is like, okay, yeah, we're kind of done experiencing ourselves and expressing ourselves in this level of consciousness. We are kind of done with our current level of experience, one, and then the relationship that we are attracting are not really giving us a deeper understanding of ourselves. Like, we're not learning anything from the current level, from the current relationships that we have. So it's like, even in that, we begin to notice this uncomfortable feeling that we need to experience different relationships that are going to help us grow. Now, one can say, yeah, well, part of growth is the experience that you are experiencing in your relationships right now. Yes, but it's an indicator to let you know that, okay, you've exhausted this level of consciousness. Now it's time for you to explore what else is there. Explore how you can express yourself and attract different relationships than what is currently showing up. Some people have drama. Some people just feel like people don't get them. Like, people in their relationships, whether that's romantic or family or friendships or, society in general, they just feel like they're not being understood the way that, they want to be seen and experienced. And I will say, your relationship with yourself is important, because how you show up to you determines what you receive from the relationships in your life. I'll say it again. Your relationship with yourself determines what you call forth from other people as the experience of yourself, of you. So if you're showing up shrinking your energy, if you're showing up with an internal energetic resonance of, I'm not good enough, other people are better at this than me, no, I can't have that. That's reserved for other people. A person like me can't have that, right? Any limiting thoughts, feelings about yourself how you feel about the feeling of you when you're showing up at work, or, hanging out with friends, or even when you're by yourself. You just feel this internal, limitation, you can't have certain things that other people have. That lets you know your current relationship with yourself and where you are. And so that also determines what you attract in people. But when you cultivate a positive relationship with yourself, to know that you are enough, that you deserve love, you deserve abundance, you deserve inner peace, you deserve joy, whatever. And then you show up like that, you will find that what you attract in people is going to be very, very different than you shrinking yourself and thinking that you are less than. So when you clean your own home, when you clear any thoughts or feelings of lack and less than and whatever, and I understand we get programmed as a society to shrink ourselves, to think that we are less than. That's an old program that has been embedded in our subconscious, deep in our subconscious, to keep away from our own power, to keep away from our own self-understanding of who we are, so that we can continue to operate in limitation. And it serves somebody, right? When you don't know your power and you are just reacting emotionally and mentally and you don't know why, that means that maybe there's a program from maybe childhood or at some point in your life that was embedded in you to keep you small. And again, it isn't to say that the people that did that, you may even know them as I'm speaking to you right now. It doesn't mean that those people were horrible people. Maybe they also got programmed at a young age or earlier in their lives, and so they don't really know themselves, so they can only show you what's in their consciousness, right? And so it goes generation after generation after generation. Limitation continues. It's almost like there has been an emotional legacy of lack and limitation. 2025 is the time that we're being asked to awaken. We've been being asked for a while now, but people have kind of been not taking it seriously. But this is the time you are being called to awaken, right? And so the sign that you're ready is you feel uncomfortable in what you attract in your relationships is just not what you want. And especially at work, certain people will get on your nerves. But there's also a deeper, this is a conversation I could go on for a long time, but you notice that how people are treating you at work doesn't resonate with who you are. You notice that you're being suggested on to kind of diminish yourself and diminish how you're showing up, to not be confident, to kind of make room for an established energy that is in the work environment. You can't show up boldly, you can't do this, you can't do that. Yeah, I think that that's unfortunately normal in our society. If you work for somebody, you're gonna have to follow certain rules. And you'll find that these rules will actually go deeper into how you're showing up. You are gonna be limited in some way. And then another sign that lets you know that you are ready to shift is you call certain information to you to come into your consciousness, to let you know as a confirmation that, yeah, what I was thinking about earlier or someday is here now. Let me begin to tap into this to find out, because there's something to this. So when we are ready, we send out a signal to bring to us things that are going to sort of help us look at what's going on in our consciousness, in our subconscious. When you don't intentionally program your own subconscious mind, someone else is doing that, I guarantee you. Someone else is programming your subconscious mind on your behalf. They're not looking out for you either in those programs. They're looking out for themselves in whatever way. Have you ever watched a commercial around like 10:30 or 11 p.m. at night? What do you see? Side effects of some medication. If you tap into the feeling of what you are listening to around that time, if you tap into what they're saying, there's going to be an energetic resonance of fear. This is going to happen to you. You may experience this and that. They know what they're doing. Nighttime, around that time, is one of the best times you can consciously reprogram your subconscious mind and put in positive thoughts, emotions, or whatever, so that when you wake up in the morning, you are waking up at a higher vibration already. If you didn't know, the energy and the feelings and the thoughts you fall asleep with, those are the same energy and feelings that are going to awaken. That you're going to feel when you wake up first thing in the morning. So this is why some people wonder, I just wake up and I got these thoughts that are just popping in my mind and I just feel, bad. There's a reason for that. Spiritual hygiene is important, and that includes the subconscious mind, right? Even if you don't have anything that you want to manifest or to consciously create for yourself, just to see what happens. And you don't really have to listen to anyone about what you should want. That's an old program that we have overplayed in on this planet. Because, like I mentioned, people that program people, they know this. They'll bring things to your consciousness to make sure you don't wake up, to make sure you don't tap into your own power, your own divinity, so that you don't want things that are going to change your life. So if you don't want to manifest anything consciously, if you just want to kind of clear your energy and your thoughts and or maybe just see what happens one night, right? Just for one night. Around the time when you're in bed, before you fall asleep, consciously put in, or you can even say it out loud, about your worth. I'm enough. I'm important. I matter. I am loved. I am not alone. I am divinely guided. Especially the worthiness, intentional programming, I would recommend that more than anything else. I matter. I'm important. I am worthy. By the way, how you say that also matters. Have you ever watched affirmation videos? I don't know if you're like me. I can feel the energy of what is being said. We've been taught to say affirmations just in our mind, mindlessly just say, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I'm important. You're not conscious to the words that you are speaking. You are not even connected to your own body when you're saying these affirmations. The I am holds a lot of power in it. When you say I am, you are affirming your own divinity. You're bringing it to your consciousness. You're being conscious with yourself. You sort of have to, maybe if you are easily distracted, you can even close your eyes and tune into your body. Have the intention to be aware, to be present to what you are saying. You gotta engage your mind and your energy and your body so that when you wake up in the morning, you are already in an elevated state of being, right? So when you close your eyes and you actually have the intention to say, I am, and maybe you can say it a few times until you begin to feel a certain power behind I am. And when you begin to feel that, that's when you can begin to add certain words to it. I am powerful. You can feel it kind of reverberate in your energy. I am enough. You can feel that. I am worthy. You can feel that too. So if you can begin to play with that, even tonight, just to see what happens in the morning, right? Just to see where you wake up in the morning. When you engage your energy, your body, and your conscious mind to what you are saying, it's like you're being present with a deeper part of yourself that's been waiting for you to say hello. So when you say, I am, and you really feel that, it's going to respond to you. The divine presence that is within you is going to say, yes, it's true. You are enough. You are important. And it's going to kind of celebrate if you haven't been cautiously tapping in and connecting with a deeper aspect of yourself. So tonight, just try it out and, say, I am. Or you can say it inside of your body if you don't want anyone hearing you. But I will say, though, the way it becomes effective is different. Because if you just say it in your mind, I am, that's going to create some type of transformation, but it's not going to be as effective, as powerful as speaking out loud, right? Speaking it out loud. Because your voice and the vibration in your vocal cords are very important. When you speak things into existence like that, they literally embed themselves in the consciousness of your reality. That way, what you attract to you matches the resonance you just kind of cultivated in you, right? Again, people that program people know this. Have you ever wondered why? Maybe you've thought about it. Why do people like to say, I'm hungry, I'm tired? It's because they feel hunger. They feel their body is kind of exhausted. It feels exhausted, right? That's intentional. That's one of the programs that we've been programmed with as a society to affirm something that is not who we are. You are not hungry. You are experiencing hunger. That's a deeper conversation. So, begin to become aware of what you are affirming in yourself, in your consciousness, because it matters. This is the beginning of really awakening and waking up from the slumber, waking up from the negative programs that have been programmed in us. This isn't to say that you should be a victim. That's another program to keep you hidden, to keep you safe, to sort of abdicate responsibility to not tune in. It's like, look at it this way. Okay, so this is what has been happening. All right, it's my time now to consciously choose and decide what I'm going to experience in my life. It is my time to tune in and find out who I am. Because who you are is powerful. Who you are does not negotiate with your ego. You find that in the beginning when you begin to sort of become aware how you are experiencing yourself and what reprogramming the subconscious mind, your ego is going to try to fight you because its job is to keep you safe. No matter the consciousness that you are operating from, it doesn't really care. It doesn't care whether you are happy or not. This isn't to say that the ego is bad. I know there's a narrative out there that people talk about the ego like it's so bad. It's not bad. You are living on Earth in 3D. You need to have a mechanism to sort of let you know when there's danger. So you don't go, all happy and fall off the cliff or whatever. The ego is important. But we've given it so much power that it feels entitled to come in and sort of influence you about the choices you make. But again, it's doing its job because of the current program that you are coming from, the current state of being that you are expressing yourself from, and how you are seeing the world around you, and how you feel about yourself, really. So it isn't to say that you should be mad at the ego. Begin to reprogram your subconscious mind. When it starts throwing these blocks on you, like when you begin to change yourself, it's going to fight for its existence and to keep you safe in this consciousness that you've created. Because it doesn't know how to protect you when you go to the next level of experience. An example that the way that the ego would do this. So you're changing yourself, right? The concept of yourself, or you want to just change how you're feeling in your body. Every day you're doing it, right? First day, you have a lot of energy. Yeah, I can do this. I'm enough, or whatever. You're going to go, it's going to be like, okay, I'm going to give them 4 days, So it sort of backs away and lets you begin to change yourself, and you feel good. You have a momentum going. Day 4 comes and you just feel like, I don't want to do it. It's probably not even working anyway. Let me just abandon it. And you feel like you don't want to do it. And it feels like what the ego is saying is really true. It will say something like, you've been doing it for 4 days. You need a break. You can do it tomorrow. Yeah, watch some cat videos. Just, it's going to influence you subconsciously. But the thing is, it's going to feel like the truth. And it's going to feel like, yeah, actually, I don't want to do it. What you are doing that you don't know is that you are continuing to choose that level of existence and experience of your life, right? And then at the same time, the ego knows that It can keep you safe there because it can predict every action that you take. It knows what's going to happen. Nothing, right? Even though you don't feel good about what you're experiencing, or you feel like, this little internal conflict about what's happening in your life, and you really do have the desire to change, the ego doesn't care. So it will stop you, and then you go back to doing everything, what you've done, and then your soul again. This is one option, but guess what? There's this other life that you could be having. Your soul will not tell you what to do. It will suggest some things to you, and your spiritual family will be like, yeah, this is one experience, but if you really want to change, like, I've gotten this signal from you, here's another experience for you, but you're sort of going to have to choose it. Your soul is not going to choose for you. It's still going to be guiding you in your where you are, right? And so let's say you quit, and then maybe a few days or a month later, you see something that really activates you, like, there's potential here. I can see the potential of this. I can see myself doing this. I can feel that I'll be a better person if I do this. I'll have the experience that I want. And so you start again, right? Whatever modality that you're doing, whatever you're doing to kind of like shift your consciousness, you start again. And the ego is like, oh, she's doing it again. He's doing it again. Okay. Last time I stopped them at day 4. Let's go to day 6 this time. And, you feel great. You're confident. You're doing it. You really feel good. You begin to receive an inflow of beautiful energy that is supportive of you to sort of begin to help you shift your consciousness, right? It comes to you and you're like, oh, I feel great. I can do it. I'm enough. And so day 6 comes, or day 5 again. It does the same thing that it did to you the last time. I'll do it tomorrow. I think I deserve a break. Let me go do something else, right? But let's say, okay, so it does that and then you stop again, right? So it learns how to stop you. And it will use energy such as distraction, worry. Yeah, I don't feel like doing it. You just feel exhausted, or like, yeah, I'd rather do something else. It uses that technique to stop us. Now, let's say you continue, you go past the 6th day, you're on day 7, day 8, then it starts to like bring anxiety and fear about, like, it will take one thing that's happening in your life and blows it out in your mind and in your energy. Oh, but see, your bank account is low. It's not, what are you talking about? It's not, look at reality. Let's be real. You're lying to yourself. You really are not. You're just kind of shifting your life energetically and mentally to a new vibration. So it's going to do that. It will take something very little, or maybe you like attract a little drama in some relationship of your life, and then you're like, where did that come from, right? And so you take your attention, which is one of the most important things that we all have, and you place it on the drama. So the energy that you've been creating to improve your life goes to the drama, and you immerse yourself in it. Before you know it, you go to bed and you forgot to do it. You forgot to do the thing that you've been doing to change your life. The ego has a lot of tricks to keep you in the same comfort zone, whether you like it or not. But when you become aware that, okay, I stopped the last time. This time I'm going to set alarms. I'm going to do whatever it takes to continue. So you continue past the 6 days, 7, and you keep going. If it does everything to stop you, to try to stop you, and it sees that you're not stopping, you keep doing it, right? And this is important. Keep doing it. So as you are doing what you're doing, it's going to be like, okay. And this is translated into, you're noticing that there is not too much noise in your mind. You notice that the way that you are feeling about yourself in your life is sort of shifting to a lighter frequency, and you're like, I actually like this. I'm going to continue. I'm going to introduce other things to help me, right? And so as you continue, it's going to be like, whoa, okay. They're not stopping. I've done this. I've thrown fear. I've thrown anxiety. I've thrown worry about their bank account. I've thrown all of this they're not doing it. You may feel like you're afraid for no reason. That's also another indicator that, okay, the ego is trying to stop me, but I'm not stopping, right? And so you do it, you continue. It's gonna have to acclimate now, because remember, its job is to keep you safe where you are. The current life experience you've made your normal in your subconscious mind, in your energy, and in your life. Because whatever is going on in your subconscious and your energy body is a direct reflection of what's happening in your life. Usually we don't know this. But anyway, when you continue, it's gonna have to like kind of release its grip of control and like trying to keep you safe. It has to meet you where you're going now in order to keep you safe. Oh, I can't be here now because this person they've been going, so I might as well adopt in order for me to keep them safe. And so it becomes your ally now, right? It begins to help you. It becomes your friend now. So you are the one who determines what the ego is going to do on your behalf. Many people don't know this. So it sort of, acclimates to your new frequency, to your new vibration. And then here's the fascinating thing that happens. If you, for the fun of it, try to introduce a negative energy in your frequency, if you try to introduce negative thoughts about yourself, your life, whatever, it's going to fight you. Why? Because that's not your normal anymore. So it's going to fight for its existence, like just for the heck of it. I don't think there's people that want to feel bad for the hell of feeling bad. And so you say, oh, I suck. After you've been doing the work to acclimate, it's going to be like, what the heck are you talking about? No, you don't. You are enough, remember? You are beautiful. You are divinely guided by all these beautiful, you're so family or whatever. People love you. What you have to say matters. You are important. What are you talking about? You are not bad. You're not whatever you're trying to introduce. It's going to fight you until you're like, okay, if it is what you want to experience, obviously, the lighter expression of what you want to experience, it's going to be your friend now. And so this is where you begin to notice when you are in public or you're hanging out with your friends or you watch something on TV, you begin to feel the frequencies of what you are being suggested on. And that's a beautiful time. You notice just how much we've been asleep. All of us. We've been asleep to negative influences, negative energetic expressions, and negative programming in general to keep us hidden from who we really are, right? So that's one way you can begin to reprogram your subconscious mind. When you begin to see the signs that let you know that you're ready to up level to a different frequency of your life, a different frequency of how you feel about yourself and what you're here to do, right? Especially if you feel like you are the black sheep of the family or like people don't get you. You are here for something very profound. But how do you know when you are asleep to your own life, to your own energy, and to your own subconscious? Oh, hello. I can't see the name. The nerd vernacular. I hope I did not butcher your name. I'm sorry. Thank you all so much for joining me. I do appreciate this. Do share this live to bring more people if you feel called to do so. I'm not pushy. I don't really like telling people oh, do it, it's gonna make me feel good. No. If you find value in this, and you'll find that the things that I talk about are not common knowledge, it's because I've done a lot of healing work, and I know a lot of really deep healing modalities that open our eyes to what's really going on. This is not coming from ego, in case you're wondering. So these are the signs that let you know that you're ready to shift your life and really to tap into the next level of yourself, but starting now. Nothing comes into your consciousness if you're not ready for it. It's impossible. If you're ready for something, you caught it there. So your soul is like, okay, here you go. But you are the divine consciousness, the divine being of your life. You are sovereign That means that you choose what you want to experience. But it doesn't mean that you are obligated to take every single path that comes to you. You have deep guidance within you that lets you know. Listen to what she's saying. Listen to what he's saying. There's something to that. And you feel it in your body. This is how you know that, okay, there might be something to this, and let me listen. Let's see what happens, right? So those are the signs. Now, women, very powerful. I'm not saying that men are not, but we as women are very powerful. And we have been collectively programmed to store fear, guilt, and shame in our womb. Even the women that came before you, they've been programmed to store fear and, the insecurities about who you are as a woman. We've been programmed to sort of shrink our field, our energy field, to accommodate other energies that are really not part of who we are. Then we fight with that, but we don't know that that's what we're doing, right? We don't know that we are fighting with the energies that are not who we are. But we don't know how to tap into the divine power that we have as women. We react by putting other women down, by feeling insecure about ourselves, by trying to pull a woman down that is in her power, that is confident in themselves, because they've tapped in, they've tuned into the divine feminine that's within them. You can't know your power if you're always shrinking your field, if you're always, comparing yourself to other women, if you're always trying to one-up someone. I'll say that I used to do that when I didn't know my own power. I used to react and just project on certain women that were confident and powerful, right? Until I did my own healing work in the womb. The womb is a portal. Some people call it a technology. It could be, honestly. I can see how that can be, because even though I've experienced this power, I do every day, there is deeper layers. There are, it's just an invaluable resource and ally that immediately puts you in your power when you begin to tap in. What I've experienced in the women's circle, people cry. Women cry. They release all the limitation in their lineage, all the ancestral traumas and everything that we've been programmed. It's if you are on this planet right now and you are a woman, this is your job. This is part of your job. To heal yourself, to tap in and begin to heal your lineage, to release the fear, to release the dramas, the insecurity and everything that we store in our womb as women. To not shrink your energy anymore. To not project on other women. To begin to create your life from divine power. Hello Tyrone, thank you for joining. Hello Dovey. I cannot tell, I'm so sorry. I hope I didn't butcher your name, I apologize. But we as women are powerful. And you know what else that happens when you heal yourself, when you heal your feminine energy? You begin to be a safe space for the masculine in your life. They begin to feel your power. They begin to feel the safety in your energy. You know what else that happens when you begin to heal yourself and the masculine feels safe in your presence? They begin to let go. They begin to be healed by your frequency. It isn't to say that you are telling them that they need to heal. It isn't to say that you are having a vocal conversation with them to heal whatever. You begin to hold space for them to be the divine masculine, because men are powerful too. And they're here to support the feminine, to also provide. But if your feminine energy is entangled in drama and the expression of who you are not, it's hard. It's hard for people to get to know who you really are. And when you heal your womb, when you heal your divine feminine, everybody begins to treat you differently. Well, not everybody. There's going to be women that are repelled by that. Even as I'm speaking right now, you may actually have, some of you may have some judgment about it. Oh, I don't know. And that's okay. That's your choice. But this year we're being called to tap into our power so that we can uplift our lives in a beautiful way, and we can offer the world a beautiful energy, a beautiful frequency that you came in with to express yourself, to be of service from the divine feminine energy. Oh, you don't have to. Again, you are a sovereign being. You choose. That's what it means. You choose what you're going to experience. But if something touches you, like I mentioned, then you know that there's something to that. Even if you kind of dabble in it, just to see what happens. And then you can choose to go back to the old way of being. That's available too. No one is holding a gun to your head to say, you need to change. And if anybody's like really telling you what you should do in your life, I would be very careful. I would really be careful about that person. So on March 8th, I think this is this Saturday, we're hosting our first ever free feminine activation webinar. And if you can't make it live, the replay will be sent to your email. So if you are interested, or you felt something in your body about what we talked about today, then I would really encourage you to click the link in the bio and sign up for this webinar. It's really going to be transformative. It's such a sacred practice that we're going to be stepping into, releasing anything that isn't yours, anything that you have inherited from the women before you, so that you can begin to tap into your power. And I'll tell you, it's very powerful. Some women are kind of tempted to put a lid on it, but what if you didn't? What if you felt everything that came up? Because that is part of what you're here to do if you're a woman. But it's not, no one is telling you what to do, but that's available. You get to choose it. So I do want to thank you all so much for joining. And if you are ever interested in the Akashic Record Reading, that's also in the link in the bio. The Akashic Records are probably one of my favorite modalities to use because you get to find out what your soul level energetics are, as we are all unique and different, right? God, the universe, the creator, created us to be individuals, right? So that it can experience itself from many different points of consciousnesses, like you, like me. It's drawing a deeper understanding of itself from our experiences, from how we choose to experience ourselves. But it doesn't mean that it's telling you what to do, right? And God, the creator, the universe, did not create us to do this one particular thing. Everyone to show up the same. Not diverting from this thing, just doing the same thing over and over again, every day, day in, day out. That would be boring. We are here to express our unique energetic signature on this planet to help uplift the frequency of the planet to a new level of expression. Some people say from the 3D to the 5D. Yeah, it can be interpreted like that. But we're here to shift the consciousness of our world to a new level of experience and, expression of itself. And for the people on that level to really be themselves, to not come from programs by somebody outside of ourselves, dictating what our lives are going to look like, whether we want it or not. Because that's what's happening right now. Some people are not aware, but that's exactly, it's been happening for years, millennia, actually. So the Akashic Records lets you know what your unique vibration is, how to experience and express that divinity into your life so you can better your life and better the lives of those around you when they are drawn to you, those people that are drawn to your frequency. Because I'll tell you how you are being right now. You are vibrating in a very specific way, and so having specific situations in your life that match your current consciousness. And so when you begin to move out of that, you notice that what you attract to you also is already on that frequency that you've been changing to, right? And so that then begins to help you understand yourself as a divine being here. And so when you are ready to move on to another experience, then you begin to feel it in your body. You begin to draw certain people to you to show you what's available right now that you can tap into, and then begin to have self-understanding, like who you really are. right? Without being told what to do. But you gotta be willing to learn. You have to sort of be willing to unlearn what has been taught to you, what have been programmed in your subconscious. So if you've gotten anything from this live is, first, when you go to bed tonight, close your eyes and tune into your body. This is just an experiment I talked about at the beginning of the live. When you say, I am, feel what you are saying. Connect to your body and connect to the word, I am. Something in you, the divine presence in you, will begin to respond to you. Because that time, around 10:30, 11, or whenever you go to bed, is the perfect time for you to tap in and self-program what you want to experience the next day. If you go to bed at night and you are in a limiting energy and mental thought, mental programming or whatever, that's exactly how you're going to wake up. These thoughts, these feelings are literally going to begin to wake you up. You wake up and you're just like, you don't feel good about yourself, or you just have these thoughts that just pop in your mind. They don't feel good and you have no idea why. It's because what you consume in your consciousness before you go to bed at night programs your morning and your day, really. So when you tap in and say, I am, and you begin to feel it, I don't care how many times you do it, there's going to be a response in you. You say, I am, until you begin to feel the power behind I am, your own power, and then you put, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am loved, I am beautiful, whatever. And then fall asleep. In the morning, you're gonna wake up there at a higher level of consciousness than how you've been experiencing yourself. You will find that you are beginning to reintroduce yourself to a different part of you, really, the divine that resides within you. But we've been programmed to not to look there, listen to an authority figure outside of yourself to tell you what to do, to tell you what's correct and what isn't. This is where people get programmed so much that they begin to fight for their limitations. They literally fight for a certain program, a certain thought, maybe even in politics, but we don't do politics here. That's just an example. When you are asleep to your own power, it's like you fight for your limitations so that you can stay there because you don't know anything else. Somebody put a program in you and you take it on as truth. You experience yourself in that program. You experience your life through that program. And what you attract is on that vibration. And so you program your ego to keep you there, to do everything that it can to keep you there. When you begin to change yourself, it's going to throw a lot of things to be like, hey, you created this and it needs to be experienced in you. It's going to make you feel like, I don't want to do it. It's just easier for me to do something else and watch TV and do all kinds of stuff to keep you distracted so you can stay in your vibration. But the time is now. If you're here right now, there's a reason. Like I said, you don't call anything into your consciousness that you're not ready for. It's true. It's actually law. If you are ready to shift, you can feel it in your body. If you're ready to shift, you've probably been having thoughts, or like when you watch something, you're like, yeah, I see potential in that for me. But again, watch the other thought that probably comes up. I don't know about her. I don't know about this. Let me just do something else. But that voice in your body, in your consciousness, is not gonna let you be comfortable. It will continue to pull you towards things that are gonna help you. But again, it's your choice to choose or not. By the way, there's no judgment here. So do that when you go to bed at night and see what happens in the morning. See what level of consciousness you awaken to. I bet you it's going to be a little lighter than what maybe you've been playing in. So that's one way you begin to reprogram your subconscious. And just see what you can do. You can do a lot. You can do a lot of good damage in your own life. Not negative, again, I'll say. So, thank you for joining. I'm going to be going live later this evening. I'm in Mountain Time, so I'll be going live maybe between 9 and 10 Mountain Time. So if you are on on TikTok, then I would love to have you. It has been a pleasure to do this live, and I hope you found some value from this live. Continue to come back and continue to learn, continue to listen to your soul and what you are being guided to. Whether it's me or not, listen to what is showing up in your consciousness. That's your compass right now. And we're all being called to awaken. So if you are a woman and if you are interested in the activation of your divine feminine and healing your womb so that you can be in alignment with who you are, tap on the link in the bio and then sign up for the divine feminine activation happening this Saturday. And then if you can't make it, like I said, the replay will be sent to your email. So I do want to thank you. I will be back later around 9 or 10.